Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. I hope you all had a chance to watch the Mavericks Knicks game from yesterday because it was exciting and riveting, and not just because it went down to the wire. It was also a contrast in styles between the Mavericks post-up game and the Knicks pick-and-roll game. You have to watch this video breakdown at bballbreakdown.com because we have a whole article with statistical analysis that gives you a complete picture. And if you don't read the article, you're not going to understand exactly how this game played out. Also, I would say 25 years ago, the top 5 winning teams in the NBA were also the top 5 post-up teams. And that's not the case anymore, as the Knicks and a host of other teams are showing us that the pick and roll rules the day. The Mavs immediately open up in a post-up against Shumpert with Dirk on the right low block, which results in a foul. Posting up is not a half-court thing. Here in transition, they get really deep position, and Marion can hit a really ugly jump hook on Stoudemire. Same play again in transition, only this time Marion faces up and hits an even uglier jump shot. Ugh. The Mavs like to have Dirk Nowitzki screen and post. Here he'll screen for Kidd and then run to the post and get good position, but misses the jump shot. Spacing is key in any offense, and you'll see that with Haywood under the basket, Chandler can get in the way of this post-up by Dirk Nowitzki, gumming up the works, and because Kidd doesn't cut through, then Kidd's man, Jeremy Lin, can step in and steal the ball from Dirk. The Mavericks want to take advantage of size with Odom against Fields in the post. Watch how there's absolutely no movement on the perimeter, and all they get is a really lousy three-point burp-up shot by Shawn Marion. Synergy Sports shows us that Landry Fields is a poor defensive player in the post. They attack with Vince Carter. The Knicks can double team Vince though because they know that Carter will not pass at all out of that. Shawn Marion is below average in his points per possession in the post, yet he still tries to take Jared Jeffries down low and misses a pretty ugly shot. Finally, Dirk posts up on the right low block, and you know you have to not let him turn over his right shoulder. Jared Jeffries missed that memo, lets him do Dirk leg, and he gets a roll. Amare Stoudemire must have gotten the memo because you'll see him peek out and try and stop Dirk from going over that right shoulder. As a result, Dirk will rip through and go to the baseline, but Stoudemire does a good job of pressuring him and he misses the shot. In transition again, Marion gets really low position on the post against Jeremy Lin, and that's a matchup they can exploit, and he gets a layup. Speaking of exploiting matchups, they have J.R. Smith, of all people, guarding Dirk in the post. So naturally on the repost, he's going to turn over his right shoulder again and just narrowly miss another Dirk leg. Again, when guarding Dirk in the low block, you cannot let him turn over his right shoulder. Force him to his right. Instead, Shumpert is going to sink back, let him do Dirk leg, and book it. Here's why I think D'Antoni doesn't know how to coach defense. Shumpert is still guarding Dirk, giving him his right shoulder, not only letting him turn but into the lane for an up and under and a layup. Again in transition, when the Mavs push it, they get Jeremy Lin guarding Shawn Marion in the post. Stoudemire comes over to double even though his man Kidd is one pass away, but they get away with it because Kidd breaks the three-point shot. The Knicks adjust in the second half by double teaming Dirk in the low post. However, they are a bit disorganized in their rotations. Watch how two guys will kind of run to Marion, let him split and get a runner. What they should have done was, Fields should be a little bit higher to stop that penetration. If they swing it to Vince Carter, Stoudemire comes over, and then Jeremy Lin will cover the low post for a second, and that'll give you your best chance to stop that play. The Mavericks want to attack Novak in the post, which is okay, but they give it to Brandon Wright, who does not post up very often, doesn't look that comfortable, and doesn't convert. To keep teams honest, they'll have Shumpert do screening rolls instead of Lin to start the game, but he's so bad at that, 0.467 points per possession, which is the bottom 8% of the league on pick and roll. The Mavericks decide to aggressively double team Jeremy Lin on the pick and roll, so Lin does the smart thing, backs it out, swings it, and when he gets it back, you'll see Kidd overhelp on the weak side, allowing Jeremy Lin to find a beautiful pass to Landry Fields for an open three. The Knicks adjust by doing pick and roll in transition so the Mavericks cannot get a double team on him. He goes to his left but gets blocked by Dirk. With the ball screen for Jeremy Lin on top, the Mavericks go underneath the screen, giving him the three. With J.R. Smith just joining them, whatever they get from him is gravy. Here's a screen and roll in the corner and a step back ridiculous jumper. Again, Shumpert on top, and the Mavericks are going to form a wall where he can't get through. He should pass the ball to Novak on the wing and then hit Stoudemire on the pop into the lane. Instead, he throws a bad pass to Novak. They don't get much below the free throw line and have to burp up a turnover. The best way to combat this double team is to have the roller, Stoudemire, get to the high post, blow by the rotating man and get a layup. Being able to throw a diagonal pass up the court is crucial when they double team. Jeremy Lin will bring them out high, split the double team, and then hit Jeffries on diagonal pass and they get a layup. The Knicks set as many screens for Jeremy Lin going to his left as they do to his right, but by having Novak in the corner on the strong side, Lamar Odom can stand there and take away any penetration. The whole offense kind of bogs down, but because they all rotated to the left side, it lets Landry put his head down, get all the way around, and get a layup. By setting the screen high enough, Haywood is not going to get up there and hedge. In fact, he'll back up, and that lets Lin get right to the basket and dish for a dunk. The Knicks will also set a back screen for Jeremy Lin, and as he goes to his left, he's going to have to be able to see Stoudemire cutting to the basket, and I'm sure he will as he gets better. He still gets a wide open shot for Landry Fields, who misses it though. Again, they screen for Jeremy Lin going to his left, but the flaw in this offense right now is that there's a guy in the strong side corner. He can easily get in Lin's way and stop penetration, leaving him to wander on the left side and ultimately turn the ball over because there's nowhere for him to go. In limited possessions, Landry Fields is not bad with the pick and roll as the ball handler, but something you definitely don't want to do very often. Again, another screen for Jeremy Lin going to his left. This is all media hype about him not being able to go to his left. Look at that really great hesitation, drop-off pass, and they get a foul. Again, look at the weak side. There's two players there, which means two defenders get into Jeremy Lin's way, leaving their worst pick-and-roll player to get a screen and burp up a bad shot. Same idea, but better spacing with guys on the other side of the court, and then you have J.R. Smith getting that screen and pulling up and hitting that shot, something he can do. Down the stretch, the Mavs continue to go to the post, and here Odom has got an advantage over J.R. Smith, but he turns into the lane, misses the bunny, and as it normally happens in a shot like that, the Knicks can race right back down. Terry is way late getting to the corner, and Novak hits the three. Here come the Knicks. Desperate for a basket, the Mavericks go to Dirk Nowitzki after the screen to the high post against J.R. Smith, and it works pretty well. They get a foul on him. After a couple of crazy three-pointers by the Knicks, the Mavericks are reeling and they need a basket. So they go to Dirk on the left block where he's more lethal but doesn't do it as much on that side. He does a Dirk leg, they let him turn, and he gets the bucket. Locked in a battle with the NBA champions, you're going to see another screen set for Lin going to his left. What he needs to get better at is seeing the corner guy, Novak, wide open instead of trying to throw a tough, close pass that gets turned over. The Mavericks once again save Dirk for the left block for the fourth quarter, and here they do finally try and take away the right shoulder, and he does a nice up and under but misses the shot. However, he gets fouled on the rebound attempt. The Knicks desperately need to clean up their spacing in the worst way because they screen for Lin, but there's a guy running right at him. There's no room to do anything, and now Novak's not going to handle the ball. He's in the way running alongside Jeremy Lin, and they're not going to get a good shot at all as the shot clock winds down. Luckily for them, Stoudemire gets in there and gets the rebound and the foul. Having not come out at all in the second half, Jeremy Lin looks exhausted. He can't turn the corner as they hedge really high. The timing is off on that screen for Novak. It takes too long for him to get open. He should be trying to hit the diagonal pass to Tyson Chandler on the roll, but instead he tries to throw a cross-court pass to Stoudemire. It gets tipped and they steal the ball. Clinging to a 2-point lead with 3 minutes to go, Jeremy Lin looks clearly flustered by all the double teaming he's getting off of that screen. They can't get any action going to the basket. He's calling for somebody else to take the ball. So as the shot clock winds down, someone's going to have to step up. And Jeremy Lin gets an ISO and nails a long jumper. Wow. It's the Mavericks' turn to do pick and roll with Dirk Nowitzki, but this is the big adjustment. Putting Tyson Chandler on Dirk causes a real problem for Dirk to get that shot off. It gets blocked, but guess what? There's Haywood with the ball, stepping back and hitting a tough jumper. After a bogus foul that gave the Knicks 2 free throws and a 5-point lead, they go back to screen and roll with Dirk, and they get the switch with J.R. Smith on Dirk. This is all great stuff for the Mavericks. Dirk gets right to the lane, gets a good shot, but misses it, and the Knicks get the rebound. And again, they'll send Jeremy Lin to the right wing and screen for him going back to his left. This is a good play for them, and they finally get everybody else on the left side of the court to give him room. But he gets ridden out by Dirk Nowitzki. But here's Stoudemire getting Nowitzki late on the rotation, and he gets the bucket. Turns out, though, it was too late after the shot clock. Again, the screen and roll is going to bog down against really good defense and a fresher team in the Mavericks. They chase the ball, make him swing it, cut off the passing lanes, don't give him anything easy, and ultimately Jeremy Lin has to make a really tough spin move into the lane and try and make a tough shot. The Mavericks can come racing right down. I can't blame the Jet for shooting a three because he's wide open in that, and that would have been a tie game. So a good shot. But watch what happens after he shoots the ball. In the transition, they should foul, but in the meantime, when they don't foul, Jason Terry is not going to hustle back. Gives them the wide open layup and effectively ends the game. So there you have it, sports fans. If you haven't gotten over to bballbreakdown.com on this page to see the article we wrote with the statistical analysis, get over there now because there's a really good, complete picture right there. Also, the team I coach, the Birmingham Patriots, we're playing Wednesday night at 7 p.m. in the second round of the tournament. It's going to be broadcast live online. As soon as I get the URL, I will post it on Twitter. I will definitely put it on the YouTube channel, so don't miss out on that. And we got some friends over at Just Poppin' TV that do a lot of really cool basketball-related highlight stuff. So definitely get over there and check it out on the link because it's a real cool stuff. They love what we're doing. I love what they're doing. I want to give them a shout. Don't forget, at B-Ball Breakdown, it's not a channel, it's a conversation. You win,